Anywhere you go, you belong.
This is the first episode of وذنيك podcast after I can't even remember. It's been a long time. I'm excited to record. صراحة خاصني نقول أول حاجة هي السلام، كي دايرين؟ مرحبا بكم في وذنيك بودكاست. أول مرة بإمكاني أنه نقول أنه a lot of friends of mine كيقولوا لي my comfort zone هي نجي ونتصنت البودكاست ديالك which is شي حاجة اللي crazy for me. عرفتي شناهي someone اللي عزيز عليك كيجي عندك كيقول لك راه I can't wait for the next episode وقتاش غادي تحطي وعلاش. غادي نقول لكم welcome to وذنيك podcast. I hope everything is good. I hope life has been good to all of you and Ramadan Kareem for everyone. This episode would be not hard ولكن حيتاش كتقيس واحد subject اللي شوية صعيب. مؤخرا توفى الجد ديالي and it's the first time that I would deal with death. And I didn't know في الأول زعما ماشي في الأول like it wasn't expected to how to deal with grief because I've lost people بحال زعما people اللي كانوا في my life. I lost them كانوا عزازين عليا but like بحال you're dead to me because ما كتعرفش تشوفهم because كتسالي العلاقة بينكم friends زعما in general and ولا ناس كتقطع الهضره معاهم because هذه هي الدنيا like ولكن death I've never experienced like someone you love you cared about أنه ما غاديش يعاود يبقى تشوفه like not now ماشي في هذه الحياة يعني يجمعنا بهم سداب إن شاء الله في الجنة. But for this life كتقول how am I not going to see them anymore and to be honest I've always been scared to lose someone زعما I care about because I never knew how would I deal with grief and how would I deal with losing someone. And صراحة نهضروا على هذا الشيء كامل in this episode and how to deal with grief, like how to I don't know, let's just talk about it. Okay, first things first. ما عرفتش كيفاش الناس لاحظت بزاف ديال الناس كيفاش كيتعاملوا مع الايموشنز ديالهم و their feelings once كيكونوا كيمروا بشي لحظه اللي صعيبه ولا they lost someone they loved و I could never زعما relate to that because ما عمر مشى ليا someone اللي close to me. Yes, my uncle الله يرحمه كان he died and I was close to him ولكن when he died ما كناش close في ذاك الفترة so I felt it. I was young. I felt it. I felt his absence but at the same time مني يعني months دازو it didn't feel that hurtful that much. السلام عليكم دايره بخير. ما بقيتش عاقله فين حبست حيت حبست l'enregistrement مي شنو غادي نقول يعني عمري حسيت بداك كي كنشوف الناس like they feel they're empty من الانسايد ولا they زعما شحال من واحد كيقولك I can't move on. ما نحسش بها، وكنت كنحمد الله كل نهار عليها، حيت كنقول انا وقيله كاع ما مستعده، انا ما حيت راه الناس اللي داي كيرتاحوا، مي الناس اللي كيبقاو لايف هما الناس اللي اكثر كيتعذبوا. After I would say النهار الاول we all grieved, we all cried, we all hysterically laughed, we all, especially مع كاع داك I can't بصح remember what really happened that day زعما fully, because كانوا بزاف ديال actions and كانوا بزاف ديال الناس and something new to all of us. It was واحد experience واحد day like ما وصلت داك 3 الصباح حتى I was super exhausted emotionally. I was just exhausted and I felt like شي حاجة فيا like بحال كلاشات. I felt sad. I couldn't listen to anything. I couldn't focus on anything زعما straight. I was just there. I don't know. I was just بحال living. It was my body خدام, my mind is not. That's it's been about over a month, and الله يرحمه الله يرحم كاع الناس. But I'll go in زعما تتابع so that I could fully زعما transfer the grieving parts, because باقين حنايا grieving, باقين feeling like حيت راه you lose someone that is super close to you, especially my grandfather. It was يعني I grew up seeing them all the time. They lived close, and I look like him. So the second day you start to really realize what is happening, and you start to see other people اللي close to you, how they react, and I still didn't باقي ما كنتش في داك الوقيته ما خرجتش everything I felt. I didn't really blow up. يعني كنت كنتوقع I would cry like the whole entire day. I wouldn't like نقدر contain myself, and of course 3 days, the first 3 days ديال the funeral were super harsh for all of us. It was ما يمكنش ما تشوف شي حد ولا hug someone and you don't cry. ما يمكنش ما and that's, but we were all so powerful in a way. This is where head step but like grieving مني do it the right way, مني كتستحضر سيدي ربي فيه, you feel so empowered, and God gives you patience that you never expected to have, which is بحال دابا I feel much stronger. Like كاينين moments اللي they happen in your life, and even if they were super bad and super hard to go through, but كتخرج منهم super strong. I would say the first 3 days were the hardest, because of the funeral and the like دخول الخروج and you get this and you get that but alhamdulillah my support system was super powerful. I've heard words and people that are close to me that are really, really, how would I call it? Support system was good, which is something people need في ذاك الفترة ديال grieving. And الاستحضار ديال سيدي ربي throughout the whole, like, of course سيدي ربي are always with us, and مني كترى شي حاجة like صعيبة كتزيد من التقرب ديالك لسيدي ربي, which is really good. It helps a lot. كيخليك تحس براسك you can conquer anything, you can go through anything in this life. After ما دوزنا دوك 3 days, after ما you see a lot of stuff going on at home, after you see the place of your grandfather is he's not there, مني كتطيح عليك تاني داك realization, you feel like I don't know how to define that feeling, but an emptiness that ما عمري حسيت بيها. My whole entire life I've never felt that empty, not زعما from the inside, ولكن someone اللي I knew is no longer here. هذيك البليسة هي اللي empty, but not like me, because as I said, سيدي ربي الاستغفار والدعاء and كيوقع لك داك الكليك ديال you have ماشي you need, you have to, it's an obligation تستحمل تقبل. تقبل هي الكلمة اللي كنت كنقلب عليها. تقبل ان هادشي طرا حيت سيدي ربي بغاه. It's not because something else. هادي مني كتجيك القدرة ديال التقبل and مني تولي بزز منك خاصك تقبل. it's هنايا الجريفين كيبدا شوية شوية بشوية كيقلال. I don't know, I just had a moment I wanted to share it because I want to cherish دوك moments, not even the good moments اللي جت منهم, but even the bad moments, because I would say the first time I went to the grave and I saw him buried, عاوتاني حسيت بواحد الليفل اخر ديال الجريف اللي I've never experienced. I always pass next to the هادي cemetery كنقول السلام عليكم, and ديما كنقول all these people الله يرحمهم, and but once دابا كدوز من حداها you look at it differently, because someone that you know his body or what's left from his body is now there, but the soul we don't know where it goes. The soul, it belongs to our God. So you remember that person. Another step of grieving, you remember that person for alhamdulillah. I remembered God, people اللي they passed my life, they died ماشي قراب عادين في my prayers, and but like دابا you remember him all the time. You can't really pass a day or two بلا ما say Allah yarham my grandfather, or I don't know, it's just another step of grieving, another step of feeling زعما واحد الفيلينغز. I didn't feel bad, زعما I didn't feel زعما like I couldn't take that pain. I just felt like I'm supposed to feel this way. A friend of mine actually said, "Billy, you need to feel the pain in order for the pain to leave your body and leave your mind." Because my whole entire life I've been keeping some of my emotions inside. I've been not expressing myself as I should, but lately, before even she would say that, I let every emotion out. I didn't push back or feel the need to not express how I felt, or واحد كيشبه الرقراقي داز literally من قدامي. Oh my god. Oh days. To feel sad, it's okay to feel sad, because بحال اللي احنا it's okay to feel happy, راه حتى sadness is a feeling. Why can't we like enjoy it? And I enjoyed feeling sad. I enjoyed crying when I felt like it. I enjoyed hugging my closest family members when I felt like it. It was, and it still is hard to see your family and the one person that was the center of the family, because a grandfather is, because I don't have my two grandparents from my mom. They died before I was even born. The only two that I have are my dad's, and now one of them is gone, left my grandma. But you start to, I don't know, another step or من الgrief عاوتاني you become so paranoid, especially for the first week when someone doesn't answer the phone. It's like what's happening. But afterwards دغيا كترجع. I wouldn't say life لمجاريها, but I would say دغيا كتولي تقبل دغيا سيدي ربي كيعطيك واحد الصبر. You never feel like سيدي ربي is next to you, which is pretty great. Hello again. ما عرفتش فين حبست yesterday, but I would say أنه after going through steps ديال grief, أنه you feel shocked, you start hysterically laughing, you get paranoid, you get super confused. فواحد الوقيته you get like ماشي كتقول why, but you كتقول why, ولكن just في inside your head, like you don't speak it out. After that you feel like something فيك الداخل هاد زعما vanish, and then I wouldn't say the hardest, ولكن الحاجة اللي stay with you forever زعما after that thing اللي happen كيما كان death. أنا غير I gave an example زعما على death, but it could be anything else. I would say the last step is acceptance, and it's opening your eyes and بحال كي كنقولوا ليها an outer body experience بحال كتخرج من your body وكتبدا تشوف راسك من برا and كتبدا realize and you have to accept situation اللي قدامك and كتولي تجي المرحلة ديال التعايش فوسط داك acceptance. You're like, I need to live with this and this is how I'm going to live with this. Can't to let other people زعما in, can't, because let's be honest, we cannot grieve alone. I know a lot of people have their ways of grieving or to feel sad. I get it. حتى أنا when I feel sad I like to be alone most of the time, but we need people. And for the last step ديال acceptance and living with the situation, let people in. Of course, good people, ماشي people that would only bring you ماشي negative vibes ولا something. أصلا هادوك you need to push them away and just for your own health sake, mind sake, to just push them back. I think أنه الناس they help you go through a lot of things اللي you didn't think باللي you could go through by yourself, and it's and you people can you can relate and they can relate to you, and even if they didn't, they would just hear you and hear what you have to say. If you felt the need to say زعما something ولا to express, but if you didn't feel the need to, you just need people around you, just in order for us to move on. I don't say أنه we move on from death or we move on from يعني bad moments. We live with them. How would I phrase it? ما كنساوش الناس اللي عزاز علينا of course هادي، ولكن you try to live with the fact that they are not here anymore ولا هذيك الحاجة ما بقاتش عنا anymore, or I don't know, whatever the situation is. I think هذه هي the last مرحلة اللي of course I'm going through it right now, and it made a lot of difference for my life, especially Zama, how close I became with my family. My cousins, all of them were super close. My mind state is really stable because كتولي تستحضر سيدك في anything more, like it's كتولي عندك بحال محور من المحاور ديال حياتك even more. ماشي زعما كان neglected زعما before, ولكن دابا كتولي something اللي I don't know, you become زعما more spiritual than usual, especially في المرحلة ديال grief, which is really good. It's really good to connect with God في هاد الوقيته هادي even more. I'm not saying enough normal days you need to be like neglective of your religion or anything like that, but you get reminded وكتولي تسيرشي more كتولي because you go through a lot of stuff, you don't know how to cope with it, so the best way or the best coping mechanism is to connect with your God, which is the most important thing اللي I advise anyone be. If you grieve ولكن grieve in a good way, in a way that ما تخليكش think of why me ولا ما نتقبلش ولا كون because هادو كاملين حاجات من العمل ديال الشيطان كما كنقولوا especially يكون ما درتش هادي يكون كره ما طراتش هاد الحاجه but no كنتعايشوا مع الحاجه اللي طرات لينا. I feel like I'm repeating myself, so I need to finish this podcast, but I would say that alhamdulillah everything that I've went through lately had shaped me more into becoming واحد the whole human being. I'm more considerative أكتر من اللي I was before. I'm more thankful. I'm more a lot of adjectives اللي كيتشابهوا, but I think I'm more peaceful. I really think باللي I became calmer in a sense where I'm just there. I'm enjoying every moment. I'm connecting with people zamali close to me. I'm saying what's on my mind because life, especially death مني happen to you. You really appreciate people more. You really enjoy every single. I enjoyed moments before, but now I'm like, I would never forget this moment. I would never forget what this human being said to me ولا شنو هو الامباكت اللي هذاك الhuman being had on me. زعما كانوا friends, كانوا loved ones, كانوا family. Just be there for your people. That's how I'm going to end this podcast. Just be there for your own people. شنو كتقول كلوي المهم واحد singer لا good vibes only. Yeah, good vibes only. And thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode would help someone and would be كي كنقولوا السلام عليكم. هلا تكسب. نعم well I would say goodbye.